Hi, and welcome to another episode of Wine and Wisdom. I'm Thomas Le Hoang, and you're listening to the TL podcast, where knowledge is shared and no one takes themselves too seriously.
It was a good night regardless.
It was a great night.
Yeah. What about my Oshin? She has never seen anything like that. Like never seen.
I love
Great
her.
to have her there. It was
And
really,
I think,
really
I think it's fantastic to introduce people to something like this. They sit there. I mean, we know each other, so but she didn't. It's like, wow, is that what people do?
Yeah.
And you almost had a proper when her drink was empty. You almost had to say to her, "Do you want another one? It's all right to order another drink." Like she was a little bit nervous to order. Just get what you want. I think also it was good to have Christine there. I think it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really
Christine was also another person that I thought, oh, she's wild.
She was. And you know, her son is what's it called? The wine people, sommelier?
Sommelier.
Sommelier. Her son's one of those in Melbourne, and he's worked at some pretty outrageous places. And she said to me the next morning, she said, Lou, I've never had wine like that, and I've never had food like that. And I've seen photos of things that you wouldn't even want to eat because they're so beautiful. And she was blown away. Yeah. It was really good.
I could see on her face. And at one stage, she made a very good comment. What did she say? Oh, I wish it was like this. So every time we come for training, or when was the last time we had dinner like this after training?
Oh God. Yeah.
It's a shame that Chris.
Do those guys, the two, there's Oshin and Christine, know they're now in the circle that if they stuff up, they have to play everyone right. They do know that now, right?
You probably would have got up and left. Oh dear.
They'll shout us Maccas sooner or later, I suppose.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What's up, man? What's up? Cam, you all right?
I'm good. I'm waiting for a drink. Can we drink or we?
Let's drink. Let's drink.
Let's start with a bottle.
The champagne this week.
Requirements.
Yep. What did you get, Cam?
Well, you said not in the top 10. I just went with one I hadn't heard of before, but I don't know where it rates. It's a Joseph Perrier.
Yep.
It's called the Royal Cuvee or Cuvee Royale, and the reason it's called that, this used to be the champagne of Henry VIII and Queen Elizabeth. So that's about all I know about it.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Okay. How about you, Lou?
You might have to help me pronounce it because it's got a lot of your language on it. But champagne.
Your
Chateau,
language, Jesus Christ.
Bligny.
Grand Reserve. So apparently it's a non-vintage champagne, 50-50 Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. So yeah, I don't know much else. Well, what I do know is apparently it's a boutique winery in Champagne that is allowed to use the word. It's the only one of its kind that can use the Chateau appellation, given it's a boutique winery. It's pretty special apparently. So
Oh wow!
all I know.
You're getting good. You're getting good.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Oh. How about you, Chris? What have you got, man?
So I went on the averages that to be out of the top 10, just buy a cheap bottle of champagne, and hopefully that'll be out of the top 10. Right?
You were going to bring passion prop. You told
But
me.
not by popularity,
well,
mate.
it wasn't champagne, and then I went Pleasant Valley Spumante, and that's Spumante, so that's not going to work either. But anyway, I got Champagne Duperrey. Now, so I actually did a little bit of research, like Lou does all the time, and found out that this is actually owned by the GH Martel company, which is one of the biggest champagne makers in France.
So you're out.
But it's named after a guy by the name of Louis Isidore Duperrey, who was one of the first Frenchmen to circumnavigate the globe.
Wow.
And the winemaker who works for GH, his name is Christophe Rapinau, has been there since 1986, and he's still there today, apparently. Still making wine. He's the one that created that champagne.
Oh, well, very good. We all picked one that is unknown. I unfortunately for me, I got the same one as my mate Cam.
How did you guys do that?
I got a 6 litre bottle. Look at
But the big one is this big.
that.
Is that actually
head
a super
shrink.
large bottle?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's a maximum bottle.
Wow. Wow.
So I do disappear before the end of the podcast. You know why?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about it? I don't, TL, apart from Henry VIII.
No, I thought, oh, come on, that's the last one for the year. Let's be fun.
Yeah.
Let's do something fun.
Yes,
What was the guy's name out of the Shawshank Redemption? He was Andy Duperrey, wasn't he? Or Duperrey?
He was.
Yeah, that's right.
He was.
I was going to make a Shawshank joke, but I didn't think anyone would get it.
Yes.
Here's Andy Duperrey.
A good one for your birthday. Happy birthday, Louise, for today.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Here's the last podcast of the year.
Yes.
Last one for the year.
Cheers to being right.
Wow, that's nice.
Oh, that is good.
Not Dom, but
Yeah. It's beautiful.
So are we outside the top 10, TL?
Yeah, we were all outside the top 10, and Louise had the best bottle.
Really?
You outscored Cam and mine by 1 point, and we outscored Chris by 0.1.
Wow. Well, there you
Awesome.
go. Took me to the last
Chris by turning up.
So what's in the news this week?
Oh, what is it?
all I've been hearing is about the bloody World Cup this, the World Cup that. With no people that have gone to watch the World Cup. Man, the people are soccer crazy. I mean, it's going big news. My son comes down every morning, gives me the update of what the games were the night before. I'm like, that's great, son.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
soccer.
Belgium won this morning. I'm happy.
There you go. There's another one. There's another soccer fan. I think. So
The
do
best
you watch
part
it
of it-
anyway, Thomas, or do you only go for the hometown?
No, I go for the hometown.
So why don't you follow Australia?
Yeah.
Australia.
Just saying.
Australia.
Because according to Lou, they don't speak his language here.
When you think of Australia, you don't think of soccer.
No, that's true. That's true.
No, if you're in Australia, you do think of soccer. Everywhere else, it's called football. It's
Football.
Yeah.
stupid.
No, you see some of those countries just out of this world. However, there's been 2 big upsets already where
Argentina got beat, huh?
Yeah. Who?
it's great.
Hey?
What was the other one?
Who beat Germany? I tried to look
Saudi
at
Arabia beat them.
Oh, Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
It just
Japan beat Germany.
yes. This is why it's just crazy. And then when Belgium, I went, "Whoa, this is not good," because Belgium is ranked number 2 in the world.
Wow.
So their game this morning, I don't believe they ranked number 2 in the world. I think they're really behind. I see some of these teams. Canada really deserved to win. I think that Canada should have won, big time, and that would have been real bad. You know, just don't know whether it's because it's in Qatar or the top team wants to go home quick.
Yeah.
But you know,
Well, you're not allowed to drink there, so.
there's no beers, and you're paying $350 apparently for a container. That's your hotel room. You're in a container.
Wow.
The container, 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, it's 35 degrees, and the air conditioning is broken.
Oof.
Come on.
Yucca.
Right.
Yucca.
Super corrupt, the whole setup. It's like the Olympics, the World Cup. But I think the funniest part I've seen is the crowd figures, because the stadium holds 40,000, but the official crowd figure is 51,480. They've done it for all the games. So the stadiums are half empty. There's no one going. So the real crowd figure should be like 15,000. Instead of just going, oh, we'll go close to capacity. No, we'll put 12,000 over capacity.
They're including ground staff.
I haven't got any news.
No? Oh, wow. You
I
guys.
haven't watched much news. Department of Fair Trading took care of the news for me. That was good.
Yeah. They're doing a bit of a round.
First day of my life.
All right. Well, then let's get into our subject then. Chris?
So we're going to be talking about the nominees for this year's awards, which is coming up.
Finalists, Chris. The finalists.
What did I say? Nominees, finalists, the finalists.
He sounds depressed because he's not in any of them. So Oh, this week we're going to be talking about the finalists and the awards.
You got that off your chest now?
I'm off my chest now, mate. I'm good.
Sure.
Keep going, Chris.
Man,
Cheer up,
I'm
buddy.
regretting some nominations I made, mate. You don't deserve reception.
All right, which one do we start with?
All right,
Cheer up, mate.
assistant agent. We have Aaron Prasad, Ethan Gray, Hamish Singh, Kane Howe, and Maddie Spinach.
Maddie Shipwreck.
Irich. I hope Maddie's listening because she would have giggled when I said that.
It was a very tough list, that one.
So it's Killarney Vale, it's Dural, it's Preston's, and it's
Picton.
Campbelltown.
Picton. Oh, Campbelltown.
Yeah, Hamish Singh from Campbelltown.
Yeah.
Picton, Preston's, Campbelltown, Dural, Killarney Vale.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually had lunch with that guy, and I have never seen a guy with a constant smile on his face.
Nice.
Which one are you talking about?
Because of your jokes, because they're not funny.
No, he is just a happy guy.
Mm.
You know, and I was thinking, wow, nothing like Cam.
He's
God for that.
pretending he's going. This guy thinks he's funny, but he's really not funny.
All the time.
Not funny. Eh?
He's like that all the time, and you think he's a joker, you know, in Batman.
Yeah.
Why so serious?
And he's pretty good. There's the Aaron Prasad, who actually is one very similar one before, and very, very good, quiet achiever. He doesn't say much, but my gosh, whatever he does, he's on the job. He just does it, you know. It's time for him to really step up, because I think if he has a bit of belief, he'll step up. He'll do the same. But some people, they just like comfort zone. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed about all these guys, in Maddie included, obviously, is and I've seen them at training sessions and so forth. They all of them, every single one of these guys, they really dress snappy, and they're always got a really good attitude. All five of them. I've never seen them, and I only see them in a short period of time. You know, it's only a bit of a snapshot to their life, but they're always upbeat, pleasant, happy to meet you, good handshake, dress well, good energy. So maybe that leads to something.
Yeah,
It's telling us something.
Also true. It's nice.
Yeah.
The next one is.
No.
Sorry.
Anybody else got anything to say? I mean, you have to get out of here, do you?
I told you, mate. I told you he's off it.
I'm drinking champagne. Of course, I've got.
I got a number 6 shirt in the mail for you, Chris Howard.
Just give him yours, Cam.
It'll be a bit tight on you though, because it fit me last year. So
That's right. We'll use it for water.
I think there's a few standouts in the mix for that one. Maddie, she always impresses me. I think, like we've seen a little bit of it on Tuesday at the conference that we did at Castle Hill, and she puts herself out there. That's what I like about her. She really puts herself out there all the time, and most of the time you can tell she's shaking in her boots, but she's doing it anyway, and that inspires me, and it probably inspires a lot of people. Young Kane, I think that guy's he's made some marks this year, that's for sure. He's a standout.
You're gonna have to edit this part. He doesn't need to know that.
He doesn't listen anyway.
no, he knows what we're talking about. So he's like, I'll get a mention.
Yeah, but then the others all obviously deserving, or they wouldn't be there. So good luck to them all.
Yeah.
Ethan is a young chap that I think will become a monster.
Yeah.
The only thing he now has to know is to probably learn to control his ego, his need to sound and look good, and I think he'll go very far.
Yeah, very similar traits in Kane and Ethan. I've been in the same room as them. Got enough cheek in them, and certainly not lacking in confidence, either of them. But and you need that. You need confidence, and a certain air of cockiness. We talk.
And
they can't be more different. Aaron and Hamish are so introvert on one. And you are so out there on the other side. And by the way, Maddie's the same.
One thing I noticed about all of them, though, as well, is they were all consistent on social media this year. Like, you know, you would always be seeing something from them in terms of testimonials, or, you know, some agents start out and they're a little bit slow. Not that that's everything, but consistency and remaining in top of mind, it keeps them in top of mind, doesn't it? So, anyway.
Okay.
Who's next, Chris?
I'm just waiting for I can swipe left there, right?
Give us the name and the office, just so.
All right, so we got office. This one's office member of the year, Antonetta Patain, and that's Preston's. Cass Sebastian, that's Campbelltown. Christine, lovely Christine Dixon at Port. We've got the lovely Crystal Wilson. What a martyr she is, taking in charity and everything. Carry on. And we've got Michelle Lewin in Peninsula.
I would love to get the award and cut it in 5 and give them all a little piece. That's how I feel about that one.
I can't say the word because it'll cost me money if I say the word.
BB?
Hey?
You're going to say BB?
Say it, mate.
Yeah,
you only pay half your bill anyway.
Cam's still crying about it.
Say it so we can drink 6 grand's worth
I
of
know
wine.
it's not the F-bomb, it's the bloody BB bomb.
I knew what you were going at.
Bloody Renee.
I think it's one of the toughest categories.
Antonietta, she's won it 4 or 5 times.
And Michelle won it last year, didn't she? Michelle won it last year?
Yeah, Michelle's the incumbent. She is.
And Cass obviously has won a few years now. And you know,
I think it's one of the toughest. It is the toughest category.
That had to be the toughest list for me. Look,
Absolutely.
You're going there. Oh, you wouldn't want to have them all. You know, stand with split the award, but we can't do that.
No.
You know, and a lot of people, to explain to a lot of people, when you think about these members, the office member, it's the person who can juggle the best. And they've got 10 or 15 things going at once in 3 or 4 different places with 5 or 6 different people. It's just, it amazes me. And it's no wonder why it's all women up there, because men can only focus on one thing, right? And women can multitask like there's no tomorrow. So it's obvious why it's all women, and they're all, you know, powerhouses.
Christ, mate, get off your feminist bandwagon.
Oh, shut up! Who asked you?
Yeah, no, it's definitely the toughest one.
It's all women.
I think all of them probably. I think you said it, Cam, a few weeks back. Some people are just the glue of the office. Without those people, that office probably wouldn't run.
That's the actual trophy. They're not getting a trophy. They're getting some super glue.
Actually, the only thing though, out of the 5, the only one that's still pissed is probably Christine. Mr. Wong the other night. Has she recovered?
Yeah, she's good as gold.
Is it? Oh man,
It was funny when we got home. When we got home to the apartment, I said, I'll set the alarm for 6 o'clock. And she's like, why would you do that? We're not working tomorrow. And I said, you know me, I'm just like a rooster. I'm up with the sun. She said, set it for 9. And I said, there's no way we'll sleep into 9. We both slept until 10 to 9, like first time in our life. Both of us. I woke up and I'm like, shit, what time is it? 10 to 9. So yeah, it was good.
It was so good to see a great smile, such a great. She was happy to be there, Mr. Wong.
Even though she was sitting beside me, so she had double.
She was so happy and she was so thankful for being invited. You know, not many people do something like that in their lifetime, you know. So yeah, it's good. Anyway.
The only sad party was Cam.
Yeah.
I saw it on his face. When he saw the bill, he was so sad and so disappointed. It was
clarify that, because you had 4 strikes against your name. We had 1 each.
No, mate. I just know that I put in more effort than 4.5 grand. I was saying to Lou, we'd racked up $1,000 for you before we sat down. I know that for a fact. So how it only ended up.
How'd you do that?
Well, we'd ordered about $200 worth of drinks upstairs, and then I ordered 2 bottles of Dom the minute we sat down. So there's $1,000 done. So I don't know what we did for the other 4 hours, but it was.
I haven't studied. I've got the receipt upstairs. I've been meaning to go through it because I've got a fair idea I only ordered one bottle of wine, but I don't know how many you guys ordered.
We're getting two at a time. We're getting two at a time.
Of the same or separate different wines?
No, same wine. So the smallest wine order would have been, it's still got to do maths now, $320, because I think the cheapest bottle we ordered was $160.
Yeah.
And my head, the next, I know I didn't, I left there not feeling too pissed. The next morning I went, Jesus Christ.
Is that before or after a phone call?
No, that was before.
He's still recovering.
All right.
You can see he's still recovering. All right, let's go to the next.
All right, the next one is Property Management Officer. We've got Emma Kennedy, Heritage, Marianne Seg at Bankstown, Paige Andrews at Heritage, Renee Brooks at Heritage, and Rachel Pace at Thompson's.
3 out of the 5 are Heritage, huh?
He won last year.
Hey, Rachel won last year.
No, Rachel didn't win last year. I think Renee.
Renee. Yeah, Renee won last year. Yep. Yeah.
Emma just came back from
maternity leave
sometime this year. She's the quite achiever. Very, very good.
I think that
3 from Heritage Day in the finalist.
Yeah, I think that Paige, I think she's only been there 6 or 8 months as well, I think. But to make that list in that group is pretty impressive.
That 3 out of 5 and not win's going to be disappointing, though, isn't it?
Mary Ann's only been at Bankstown for a short time, and a beautiful young lady. Truly, she's a really genuine young lady, and goes out of her way to help both her landlords and her tenants. So she's obviously shown her worth in a short period of time as well. And this is the first property management job she's ever had.
Yes.
I think Bankstown's been very lucky to find Marianne. She's an amazing young lady. So another hard sort of category, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I suppose when we get to this level of selection in the top 5 in such a large network, they're all going to be sort of the cream of the cream, right?
Absolutely. Because you think about how many property management officers would we have in the group? There'd be over 100 of them, would there not?
Hundreds.
Yeah. So to get in that top 5 is amazing. And especially for someone, people that some of them have, as you say, have been there not very long at all. And
so if you were outside looking in, what would you think that sort of the attributes might be to sort of help, select these people? If you were
very good question.
If you were to look at these people, what would you want in your property manager if you're an employer, or if you have a landlord, or you're a tenant? Who would you want looking after you?
I tell you what, I've said it before on here when we've had discussions about this before. Us salespeople are pretty lucky because most of the time when we're selling homes, we're selling because it's a good experience. They're upsizing or downsizing or whatever. Property managers deal with a lot of negative stuff. So to be constantly, this is broken, that's not working, I can't pay my rent, I need to move it, they deal with a lot of tough. We get a lot of positive, they deal with a lot of negative. To come into work every day and do that and carry that load it would not be an easy job, that's for sure. So I think these girls obviously just have an incredible mindset or attitude, or both. Because as we just said, there's probably 150 or 200 in the network that could have been eligible for this award. To get in that top 5 is amazing.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things is as a landlord that's used property managers is that if you have a question, you want them to get back to you fairly quickly, and with an answer that's a fair income response. And if you understand where people miss a phone call because they're busy, but when it's not returned after 2 or 3 days, you start to get a bit upset.
Yeah.
So to follow up on your calls and to let your landlords know that their property's in good hands, that's probably one of the biggest things. It might sound like an easy task, but you'd be surprised how many people don't do it.
The other thing too is salespeople, we list, we sell, and yes, we wear many hats in terms of sometimes we say we're counsellors and all that because we hear a lot of stuff we've got to deal with. But property management officers, they can do probably 10 different jobs. Like I know Rachel in Stephen's office, who's on the list, there's nothing that she can't do in property management world. Like, it's not just go out and list it and put a tenant in it. There's so many other things that they have to do. So it's a big job. It's a big job. So they're able to handle a lot, and it's obviously they're able to carry the load very well.
Very nice. Next one.
Receptionist of the year.
Big one.
Thomas Hoang. Oh no, he's off the list because he didn't answer his phone the other day.
Cameron. Oh no, sorry. Loser of the year. Sorry.
No, that's number 6, man.
Number 6.
We the cutoff is 5, Chris.
Catherine Skelton, Killarney Vale. Katie Pittard, Heritage. Kiara Kelly, Peninsula. And Michelle Halmarick at Enmore. And Celine Sagnat. I'm sure I screwed that up. I'm sure of it. Preston's. Celine from Preston's.
Yeah.
So that's as close as I'm going to get. I'm sorry.
Another top group. Another
So,
top.
again,
That group.
face of
Huge.
the office, right?
Another top one.
It's they're
Face
our
of the office. This is the person who first phone call, first appearance as soon as they walk in. It's your line of defense against nuisance calls. It's someone is very important, and I think it's in a role that unfortunately, a lot of salespeople and property managers don't probably take not advantage, but don't give them the credit that they're due.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris. What do we say? Director of first impressions, and the thing about first impressions, you don't get a second chance at a first impression. Whatever that first impression leaves is what the people take from it, and that's why their role is so important. It's how they greet people on the phone. It's how they greet them when they walk in. It's how they handle complaints. As you said, it's how they defend the nuisance, or like they're the barrier between us and the nuisance calls and the complaints or whatever might come our way. It's they set the scene or the standard for the whole office almost in some respect. So
I think it's becoming more important. Well, not more important. It's probably always been as important, but more respected and probably getting the dues that the credit they're due more now that we move into a generation of high touch. It's gone. I'll probably get shot from someone from 20 or 30 years ago, but gone are the days where it's predominantly an answering the phone role to, this is their integral part of the business. Integral. I can only speak to my own businesses, and if we didn't have the people working in that position that we do, we're in a lot of strife, man. A lot of strife. So.
Yeah, but the receptionist for me is one of the worst job because you're not allowed to have a bad day, and I've seen actually among those people, they could be sick, could be having an off day. You wouldn't know. They still put on that smile, and it's very, very hard. A salesperson, as soon as they're not good, you'll hear it. These people here, they just carry on as if nothing's happened, and that to me is very inspiring. Very inspiring.
Absolutely.
All right, next.
So it is Rookie of the Year. And we've got Sibel Coddington, Port Macquarie.
Yeah.
Ramissa from Campbelldown. Frank Hospitalieri from Bankstown. Georgia Packy from Heritage. And we've got Kai Stacey from Sutherland.
So this is for people who have held that position for no more than 18 months.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, for less than 18 months. Okay. I mean, Sibel, I can't say anymore. She is top level. I mean, this lady here started, what is it, 6 months ago or 8 months?
No, she's actually just clocked over 12 months, but she's only sort of been in the sales for 9 months.
Right. And just amazing.
She is. She is a definite standout. Like she listed 2 properties yesterday, both like just shy of $1 million. But the thing that I think what stands out for me, and I know she's part of my team, so I don't want to sound biased, but
you are.
yeah.
That was
Some salespeople
You say I'm biased.
some salespeople They come to work, they clock on at 9, they clock off at 5, and they go home, and that's sort of it. You know what I mean?
We're into salespeople again. That's 3 in a row. We're giving salespeople a hard time. Can we lay off salespeople?
But
No, that's all we know.
I'm not giving them a hard time. What I'm saying is some people do that, and that's fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But Sibel, for example, I've heard her, and I know I sit next to her. She contacts her vendors from 9 months ago, almost like she contacts her current vendors weekly, just to see how they're doing. How are you? What's happening in your life since you moved? And how's things? Like, no one has to do that. That's not part of the job. They've just moved. Like, they're not going to sell again for probably 7 years. So she's not doing it. She's doing it because she truly cares, and that's what inspires me with her. She really has probably one of the biggest hearts on our team, and that's probably an understatement.
Yeah.
I've been lucky enough to train with Kai recently, and for a young man who's been in real estate a very short period of time, you can see why he's one of the finalists. I think the kid's got a very, very good career, takes on feedback very, very quickly, and adjusts very quickly when he needs to. So I think he's got some good leaders there helping him out. But he's an amazing young man. I've had as I said, I had the privilege to train with him. So
he's a genuine quiet achiever, mate. He's really quiet, like really, really quiet. I thought he was mute for one. But he's really quiet. But apparently
there's a few others can probably learn from that.
Yeah. His behavior when he's with clients. I've read some testimonials that he doesn't even know I got, and you read the testimonial and you have tears in your eyes. The way he talks to them, and it's as if he was talking to their mother. So that was the way he talks to them. It's almost like it's family. That I haven't read a testimonial that good in a long time.
Wow, it's amazing. And Franco's on there, yeah.
Yeah, Franco. So he's a property manager.
Yeah.
So in his first 18 months, and the kid's done like amazing stuff. He was thrown in the deep end.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he was thrown in when the property manager left too, about a month or two after he joined.
Yes.
And he had to really find a way. And the amazing story about him is that he had to start reorganizing things, because he actually went into a place where they needed organization, you know? And for me, when you can be a brand new guy and you take it upon yourself to reorganize something, not like sales, but property management, where the laws and legalities are so heavy, you're good.
Yeah. Yep.
I think it's a great thing this year, because I haven't seen it before, that the property management side of things is starting to creep their way into some of the awards that are traditionally sales oriented.
Yes, I saw that.
100%.
There's a few categories to come that would normally be, and Rookie of the Year is one of them. I mean, it's been dominated by salespeople for as long as it's probably been around. And there's a couple more categories to come where there's some property management staff in there, and so they should be. And I think it's a change for the good.
Absolutely.
For too long, I'm not going to go on Chris's rant where all females are but for too long, property management has been treated probably as second-class citizens, and I think it's great that they're starting to get the recognition.
What I think is amazing about all of them is there's a lot of people that are in that finalist list over all categories that have been in the industry 6 or 9 months. You know, that was impressive. When I had a look back, I thought, these people to stand out this much in a short time, like some people that have been in the industry and in the network for years have never got on the list. That's amazing.
Imagine what a bit of fresh energy will do, won't it?
Yes.
There's people, probably getting off topic, but there's people complain about the market and things are too hard and things have changed, but usually the people saying it are ones that have been around for 10 years and should know better. We've got kids that are coming through, been in the industry for 6 months, that are absolutely braining it. And, it sort of makes you wonder what the older heads are thinking sometimes. It's interesting.
Yeah. All right. So next one, talking about property management, property manager of the year. So we have Diane Flynn at Port. We have Cherie Burns at Preston's. Yvette Magdalene at Heritage.
Jesus Christ, Chris.
How do you pronounce it?
Oh, mate,
Magdalene.
you're going to announce the name.
Magdalene, right? Shut up. Wilson. It's so hard to say. Joanne Zebras from Thompson's and Tammy Jacket from Peninsula.
Mm.
New names. I've known Di for a little while, but new to this category, yeah, or the finalists.
Mm. Yep. And again, like the property management officer versus the property manager, they do relatively the same thing, but there's a bigger responsibility with the property manager.
Yeah.
Again, like I personally, I couldn't do the job. And that's me being completely honest. I couldn't do it. But again, these girls, and I know I've looked at a few of their track record, if you like, or you know what they've displayed, and they're amazing. Like there's one of the Tammy from Peninsula, amazing. From what I hear about her and what she's doing there, I remember speaking to Rod sometime, and he said, honestly, if we didn't have her, I'd sell the rent roll. Like it wouldn't be worth having without her. She's that crucial. You know, and that's a big wrap.
You're not meant to say that, because now she's going to ask for pay raise. So this kind of podcast not here to stir people, okay?
Well, she probably deserves one. But no.
Normally, every other year we've had to go out picking. Every other year we've had to go out picking the winners. I've noticed we've shied away from that this year. So.
Yeah, I think we should.
I tell you what. We'll go through the list and we can do it afterwards. We just did a seminar for the property managers, and I have to tell you, I really feel so comfortable with them, because there's no ego, no need to show who I am and pretend. You know, there's so much humility that sometimes it's sickening, because I think that sometimes must be NGE. They don't believe in themselves enough.
Is there room for more ego in property management? There probably is, isn't there?
Oh man, way more than what they have. I mean, I look at Joanne Siberas, previously known as Joanne Tabone, and this lady just stood up and had a bit of a speech in front of everyone for half an hour, and she did just an amazing job. And for me, I looked at that, and I still remember when she started as a receptionist and how shy she was, and now she's so confident. And take my hat off to Stephen Thompson for really grooming someone to that level. Really.
Yeah, absolutely. I know if we have any dramas in PM up here, our go-to is, well, the girls' go-to is pretty much Joanne. Ask Joanne. You know, if she doesn't know, no one knows. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, totally different level. Why are you laughing, Chris?
Because
another naming company.
When we're talking about property managers, if no one knows, call Joanne or Fair Trading. They know. I mean,
but what about Yvette, the one that you couldn't pronounce, Magdalene?
I said it right, Magdalene.
Yeah, you did. I didn't say you didn't. Calm down, big boy.
He's such a funny, bubbly person.
Yvette,
such a bubbly person.
She's $200. But Yvette, she was actually, I think she just come on board as I left Darren's office, and so I didn't get to spend all that much time with her. But are you frozen, or are you? Is Chris frozen? He's just in shock. He just realised calling me Brene cost him $200.
He's gone.
Anyway, I don't know if he's frozen or being
hilarious.
But
he does a good job, though. He does a good job.
He needs a new Wi-Fi. But no, Yvette's, from what I hear, as I said, I only spent a very short time, but what a woman. What a woman. I believe she's a single mum. I think her son maybe is 10 or 11. But again, such a crucial part of that property management machine that Heritage is. Such a crucial part. Lots of lovely things I've heard about her over the years. So another standout. Oh, he's dropped out.
Oh, he was really frozen.
He was.
It was a very unfortunate place to freeze, wasn't it?
Well, I hope he sorts himself out because he's got our list. Oh, Mr.
What is he on? What is he on? All right,
I could
Chris.
hear you, but you couldn't see me.
We could see you. You were,
But that's going to be a joke now. I'm just going to go
yeah.
see how long it lasts. So I think that'd be work, right? So we're going to the next one, yeah?
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. Technical issues. I have no idea what happened there. All right, sales manager of the year.
Sales manager.
We've got Daniel Montez.
You can't even say Montez.
Shut up.
What is
Daniel
wrong?
Montez, Kurt Bradbury.
Leave him alone. He can't read.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Hang on, that might work. Kurt Bradbury.
I hope you're not presenting any awards.
B, not Bradbury. Brad B.
Bradby.
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 And you spelled his name right. It's Kirt, not Kurt. Sorry, just want to clarify that. Louise Fleming at Sutherland.
Yeah.
Sutherland. He was so
Hutchinson,
funny.
Maven, and Michael Montez. I reckon we give the Montez boys guns and let them fight it out and see who wins, right? That's one of them.
I sent him a message saying exactly that. 2 men in a 1 man leave, and they said, "No, we're in this together." It was pathetic. You're pathetic. He said we shoot other people together.
Well done, Lou. I mean, you're in there, and you're running the office, and you're running the team. You're part leader and part sales manager and part salesperson, property manager, and mum, and all that sort of stuff. I think well done to you, Dale. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. But you're up against some good competition this year.
Huge.
Some really good performers. I think Matthew Hutchinson's performed out of sight this year. He's improved tremendously. Just in, that speech that the talk that he gave at one of the training days not long ago, I think was. I haven't heard such an open-hearted.
Yeah.
Well done. He's researched well. This Chris, he's done good.
That was 18 months ago.
Still is amazing sort of open-hearted talk.
Absolutely. Yeah, Matt is a standout for sure.
I don't know. It's like they're all, everyone except for Louise, I think, is just
All deserve it.
Give it to me.
Montez boy.
Now's your chance.
Hey,
Go
I
for
want
it.
to give it to you, mate. No, listen, mate, don't.
I don't want to give it to you, but I just said what I said.
You just speak for me to give it to you. Hey.
No, carry on.
No, I
Literally, carry on.
We're
When
tough to do. Hey?
were you, mate? You're number 6. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right, buddy. That's okay. That's all
One
right.
of the things I was very much astonished was the absence of Josh Canellis of the list, who's been so consistent all the time. And then suddenly in this year here, when
He's much better than Louise.
well, not looking at the list, mate, looking at the list, he's not. And this is what I always say to people: when they are not on the list, they do anything they can to destroy people on the list. So you're not.
I was trying to talk. I thought the Montez boys are running a real tight ship. And they
You're not, but you almost pronounced the ugly word. I could see, but I didn't hear that. Otherwise, it'd been very expensive.
Wasn't even close to swearing.
All right, I won't replay that. Anyway, they're all good. It's a tough job. I think it's a crappy job because when the salespeople win, they always congratulate themselves. When the team loses, it's always the managers that's being criticized. And that's how it's always been in sales. And it's a very tough job. So well done.
Well done, Lou.
Thanks, Cam.
There you go. I said it, okay?
Just, you know what, Lou? I'm going to put you on the spot. What do you reckon your chances are? Don't say 1 in 5.
Oh, well, look, the thing is, as you said, it's a huge field. Like, there's some big players in there. And honestly, I'm just honoured to be a part of it. But
I knew that was coming. Jeez.
yeah,
Not enough room on the fence. Chris is
Come on,
taking
Lou.
up
Come
most of
on.
it.
You deserve it.
Hey, we'll do that later on. Let's go through the list first, and then.
Ah,
Leave it alone.
Rightio. Marketing excellence.
Oh,
Wiseberry Dural, Wiseberry Five Dock, Wiseberry Heritage, Wiseberry Peninsula, Wiseberry Sutherland. Port Macquarie, sorry, Port Macquarie.
wow.
I don't know what we've got to do to get a start because Kane does 86 posts a day.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
The quality of marketing that I've seen come out from some of the offices, I think Wiseberry Dural, in my eyes, have upped their marketing considerably. Maybe it's the quality of the properties they're getting. I think Wiseberry Five Dock has always been a contender.
Yeah.
I know we judge it on consistency of brand and staying within the style guide and so forth, but I think people have a bit of innovation, a bit of creativity within that mix, and then can push the boundaries a little bit without going out too far left of field. I think there's the sort of people we need to look at as well. But I believe Dural and Five Dock, they're probably the two ones that have a little bit more innovative, creative than everyone else. But again, top five, it's hardcore.
Interesting. I think marketing's got to be not just about the quality of the picture, but it's got to be about the message that is portrayed. And I think you said it a little while ago, Thomas, the message needs to be about the love, not just about look at me, salesperson, look what I did, look what I sold, look what I've broken this record. That's all good and well. But quite honestly, people know what we do as real estate agents. And it's good when you have an extreme result or something like that to put it out there. But I think we're more than just real estate agents, and that's what we say. We're different in the way we care. We need to spread that message of being different. What we do in the community and what we do as a network and the events that we do and, the awareness that we can create and spread, I think that's important. And I know, yes, everybody stood out on that list. Creativity, innovation, the message, staying within the style guides and all the rest of it. I think everybody on that list has done that. But I think, again, I know our office has improved tremendously in terms of if it's based on the statistics and the likes and the other things that have grown. But
is this a campaign speech?
Oh, Jesus!
This is like a presidential campaign speech.
It's not a campaign speech, but I'm telling the facts. I'm telling the
facts. Oh, it's not a campaign speech, but we should win.
I never said that.
Shit's staring you, Louise. Shit's staring you.
I never said that. If that's what you heard and took of it, well, then that's your fault. But I just said everybody on that list has done that. So whoever wins, good on them.
Now, Louise, don't let these two, but you were on a different track. Just say what you were saying.
I was just saying that I think the biggest thing about marketing, look, when we drove to Sydney the other day, driving down Pennant Hills Road, and I do that 4 times a year when I come to these training days.
Too tight for North Connects, or?
Too
tight to use North Connects?
I just go where my sat nav. I just go where I know, the way that I've been driving for freaking 13 years. That's all I do. But anyway, I seen signboards, and there was one particular corner. It was halfway up past Thompson's Corner, heading to Castle Hill, and there was about 10 signposts on the one corner, and it was almost like the competition of who could have the biggest sign. And I get it; it's a main road and all the rest of it, but that's just one form of the marketing. But there's so much more to marketing than just having the biggest sign with the biggest face on it, for God's sake.
Joel would win. If it was just size of sign, Joel would win here.
Yeah,
I've never seen a sold signs with his head on it.
Marketing's a crucial part of what we do. Coca-Cola, as we've said, they don't need advertising and market, but they still bloody do, because there's the message behind it, and we've got to, when it comes to marketing, we've got to move people. And I think gone are the days of just putting out there, look at me, look what I did, look what I sold. Wow, that's wonderful. What else are you doing in the community? What are you doing to make a difference? What else can you do with your potential to make a difference? I think it's just a bit deeper than the surface.
And I think that, we haven't spoken about them, but Casey and Maddie, Casey from Peninsula, is doing a very thorough job on in her office, and it's very creative in Macquarie.
Yeah, absolutely.
You look at their contribution. That I think they're constantly wanting to push the boundary and bring new ideas. It's beautiful to watch that.
Yeah, definitely.
Next group.
It's Bobby Joe Spirit Award.
Ooh, I love that one.
So I'll read out the finalist as a previous winner.
He's had to get himself in there somewhere.
I was going to do a sales manager. I thought I'd let
He's had to get himself in there somewhere.
Oh, you're also one in the sales manager. That's correct. It's true.
Jeez, you've gone downhill.
No, he's a leader.
So the lovely Crystal Wilson from Carryong.
Yeah.
Robert Hilly from Charmhaven. Shay Wallace from Heritage. Stephen Thompson from Thompson's. And Tammy Jacket from Peninsula.
Ooh.
All right, next.
That's tough list.
It is. It's such a big award too. Like, I think that's why we're probably also silent, because we know what the award means and stands for. Again, like what I said about the office member, you'd want to give them all a little bit, but you can't. But Jesus, Shay, Robert, Stephen, I mean, how do you choose? I mean, their contribution to not just their teams, but the network as a whole. I don't think any of those three, and I'm not taking anything away from the other two, but I don't think any of those, there's nothing that they wouldn't stop at. They would just give and give and give.
This is one of the few awards that I truly believe that whoever out of the five don't win would truly be happy for the person who does.
Absolutely. And
out of all of them, the whole five, they will honestly, hand on heart, be absolutely ecstatic for the person who does win, and probably each and every one of them don't believe they should win.
Yeah,
I like that. Very nice.
That is true. Well, you and I have both won this award, Chris, and I think.
What was that, Lou? Sorry.
Did you not hear me? You and I have both won this award.
It's all right. I'm just trying to get you to say it again. That's fine.
But I think exactly what you just said. I think there's a genuine something about all of those people. They're cut from a different cloth. There's something different about every one of those people, and it takes a special person to make that list. And that sounds crazy because I've won it myself. But yeah, there's something that there's just a light in those people that shines brighter or something, So who knows? Only the night will tell.
Come on, Cam. You got a few words. I can see they're coming.
I wondering to see how many times Luke had mentioned she won the award. We got 3 in, I think.
Lou, what did I say when they?
You told me don't feed the troll. I'm not.
Cam.
I got a horse in the race. I can't come.
Cam's NG is very simple. He didn't get the ice cream. You did, so he has to push ice cream to the ground. That's how it works with Cam.
I'm sorry. Yeah. What I just picked up was what Cameron just called his wife a horse.
Oh, but just speaking of your wife, I did forget to mention her just then because I was trying to remember who was there. But your wife, Cam.
Yes.
I have to say, your wife is one of the most beautiful people that has ever walked this earth. After that podcast where I lost myself a little bit a few weeks ago.
When he pushed you a bit.
Yeah. For a change. He pushed me for a change. But,
yeah, I'm a bald Asian man. That's
But I have to say, your wife called me the next day and she was just like, thank you. And Chris, your wife does the same thing. Unfortunately, she's not on the list because she doesn't work in the network. But Crystal she's so genuine. When it comes to authentic, real, just pure, she's as pure as the driven snow, your wife. How she ended up with you, I'll never know, but no.
Everyone, the yin and the yang. Everyone's got their yin and their yang.
Opposites attract.
Well, Big assholes have to have really nice wives.
That's a compliment for you, Cam, as well.
Oh no, beautiful words, and Crystal will appreciate it.
Well, Cam and Crystal represent the perfect couple.
Here we go. Come on.
A deaf husband and a blind wife.
Oh yeah, I got married for better for worse. She couldn't do any better, and I couldn't do anything worse.
There's not a lot. There's not a lot to say about the award. There's a lot to say about the award, but not a lot you can really say. They're all. It is. I think it's a beautiful award and such an important award. And Chris said it perfectly, which is why I didn't need to say anything. I know for a fact that they'll all feel undeserving, and I'll be stoked for whoever wins it. That's about that. I'm not going to go on a campaign speech like someone else.
Yep.
All right, then let's go to next.
Next one, most improved leader.
Oh,
Now this is where we should put people in a room and let them fight it out.
You're dead, Fleming. You're dead. Yeah.
Because Wallace has got it all over you guys.
Honestly.
who's
I
Wallace?
want to read the list, man.
Oh, Shay.
Oh, who's Wallace? Cameron Wilson.
No, we have to start from number 6. They have to start from.
So Cameron Wilson, carry on, our big mate there. Daniel Montez, Picton. Louise, our lovely
BB.
Renee Brown follower. Richard, nice and easy, 5 Doc. And Shay Wallace.
No, not Richard, but Christian.
What?
Christian.
Christian from the video you put. It's a shame he wasn't there to see that, huh?
I just want to be famous.
We gotta sell. We gotta sell.
I get the doctor.
Got the Botox and the teeth.
And the here.
Oh, fabulous.
And Shay Wallace. Shay Wallace, what an absolute gem. Shay Wallace from Heritage.
You want to say Shay's name again? I rang Shay to congratulate her, and I said, "You know, I don't mean this." She goes, "I thought about ringing you, but I wouldn't have meant it either. You're dead." And that's what I love him.
That's what I
love him.
Amazing.
Very similar, but obviously honour and a privilege, and that'll be that. I should win. Thank you.
Lou, your campaign speech now. That was nice and short.
I think again, like to repeat what Cam said earlier, this is another category where for the first time we have someone in rentals who's not a leader, who's now being treated as a leader by her peer. And that is an amazing thing, you know.
Huge.
And I look every single time that I have a a PM conference day. It doesn't matter. Whatever you ask from Shay, you just got. And there's it's no question. There's no but I'm busy. It's done. We got it. Just an amazing person.
I said to Shay in that phone call, I mentioned the fact that property management was starting to make more of a name for herself, and I believe she was one of the driving forces behind that. And,
100%.
The words were, if that's all I achieved this year, then it's been a bloody good year. And that sort of speaks to the leader she's become and the leader she is, and I look forward to beating her.
Yeah.
You know what?
Hang on. How does a girl, she finds a guy who's had 87 drinks, says, "I'll challenge you to chess." Never played chess before in my life. Never, ever played chess before in my life. I think my shirt was undone at the time. I was falling off a chair. She beat me at chess. It took about 4.5 minutes. She stands up and goes, "I own you. I killed you. I smashed you." I'm like, what? Good. I've been challenging her to a game for 2.5 years since then. Hasn't turned up, won't show up. Knows that I've learned how to play now. What kind of leader is that?
A good one. Smart one.
Coming for you, Wallace.
She doesn't want to demoralise you twice, mate.
Mate, she carried on like she'd won the World Cup. I'd never played chess before and I couldn't remember my own name. That was there was extenuating circumstances.
All right, next.
Yeah, next one. Salesperson of the year.
Well,
Yeah. Anthony McVicker, Peninsula. Christinola, carry on. Cameron Wilson, carry on. Kimberly Burke, Heritage. Kurt Bratby, Heritage. Megan Down, Charmhaven. Now this isn't just, is it just figures, or is it figures, culture within the team and so forth? Is it
figures, culture? Yeah, but every category has got culture. The only thing is that if the figures are so far ahead, you can't really just go on culture, because if they haven't been fired by the leader yet, it means that the culture is still bearable. So you have to put up with that.
fair enough?
That's why Cameron still made it into the top 5.
There was no number 6, so
No, there was plenty of number 6. But I saw Cameron's mom the other day, and she was looked a bit upset. So I said, just put him in some of the stuff. Don't worry. We will have a computer glitch. But then he's gonna sue me. He's gonna want to have a recount. You'll see.
Cam, what do you think your chances are?
Probably Buckley's, and that's not false humility, but I think there's probably a standout as far as figures go. It depends how heavily you place culture, to be honest. The one thing,
well, we better change the winner. We need to change the winner.
that wasn't I don't think I deserve it or any of that. It was just, I don't know if my figures are as big as some of the others. One thing I'm proud of is the figures are my own.
I was just about to ask, because I had a salesperson ask me today, like with that award, are the figures that person's figures, or are they like
only that person?
Only that person?
Only that person.
My figures are my own, and you can, proof's in the pudding, because you'll see Ellie pop up on the leaderboard occasionally and get a bronze award or a gold award. You'll see other people in my team on the board. If everyone's doing that, then happy days. But the one thing I know is that every dollar attributed to me is mine. So
okay.
My culture sucks, which is probably why I'll bow out. But
no, you'll be fine.
No.
There's always next year, brother.
There's always. But at first time, I'd made the top 5 before. I'd always thought I'd gone all right, but some figures are people right. So I'm happy to be there and amongst titans. I mean, Kimberly Burke is an absolute titan, and what McVicker does, like I haven't got space in my head for. So Kurt, I don't know who he is. Who's Kurt? Who?
What about Megan Down? Like, what about Megan Down? What an absolute
PHP, the quiet achiever. So she's come in. So
she's
don't underestimate her. Megan Down's got a personality, such a bubbly person, and she is, to me, a powerhouse of a saleswoman.
She's an assassin, mate.
To me, she's Darren Butcher, the female version of Darren.
Oh yeah.
It's like
she's
everything is possible. Everything is honky dory. There's always a solution. I hate those kind of people. Seriously, you can stand right next to Megan. It rains all over you, and she's dry. I mean, these are positive documents. It's just crazy. Well done.
All right.
I mean,
so next one is Property Management Team of the Year.
Whoa.
It's Enmore, Heritage, Port Macquarie, Prestons, and Thompsons.
Whew. Well.
Big team. I think that the figures will count a big deal. But I have to say, all exemplary. If you really want to study something in property management, those are the one of the 5 that you have to visit.
Yeah.
I got to be biased because I don't know any better, but standing in the Heritage rental office a couple of weeks ago, TL, I've never experienced anything like it in any of our offices for any sales or otherwise. That absolute powerhouse. I haven't been in your team, so I'm not saying this as a light or anything, but just what they're creating there. And if that's what all the other offices are like, and it's neck and neck, then we need to bottle some of that stuff and sprinkle it on some of the sales teams, mate, because it is.
You know exactly what you're saying, Cam. If you like in these teams, like you look at the sales team and then you look at the property management team, and imagine if they were a team of footy players. Like, and then you look at Heritage and what they do. They would they would just be top of the ladder every year, year in, year out.
I'd take Shay's head off, mate. If she was running at me, I'd be like,
You sure would. You sure would.
You flatten you.
But there's just a difference when it comes to property management team to a sales team. Like sales teams are tight, don't get me wrong, but it's so competitive as well. And sometimes if they go off values and culture, not that I'm saying that people do, but it's a possibility, they can become their own team within the team, if that makes sense. So, but property management, God, they're a tight unit.
I think it comes back to, I think the energy side of things is,
yeah.
Sometimes the insecurity or the lack of belief is a blessing for them. The sales team will go up and down with results, right? If they're winning things of the world, and if they're losing, they can't stand the sight of each other or themselves.
Lead and all that.
And I think, especially given the absolute shit that a property management team goes through, to keep that energy up, sometimes the lack of ego helps there.
Absolutely. And as you said, the sales team goes up and down with the market sometimes, and there's a lot of things that can, put a sales team's mind not right, if you like, but property management, they just are consistent. Like, as I said, if they were on the World Cup, they'd be bloody unstoppable.
Yeah. You look at some of these top teams, they are just like machine. If only some of our sales team were like that, they'd be making it every single month.
Exactly.
You ever have the time to go to Preston? Jason Montes, he just controls that. Maybe sometimes a little bit too much like a dictator, but I can guarantee you he controls it just like a well-oiled machine, Just crazy. All right, next.
Most improved office of the year. Wiseberry Foster, Five Dock, Killarney Vale, Picton, Port Macquarie.
Well, very, very good. All 5 offices, all deserving for different reasons. It's going to be very hard, that one. We'll see. So let's go through them, because the offices, we've spoken a lot about everyone else. So we will come back and see whether you guys have picked the winner.
Right. Jump to the next one.
Yeah.
Sales team of the year: Charmhaven, Preston's, Heritage, Peninsula, Port Macquarie. Man, Port's in a lot of awards this year, Lou.
I think we've got
doing a good job up there, obviously.
16 finalists.
Wow.
Not that you've counted or anything.
16 finalists. We will never have that record, and 0 winner. That's amazing.
As I said on whatever night it was, Wednesday, if you think buying expensive steaks upset you, wait till you get the hopes up 16 times for nothing.
You know what, though?
God, that Wagyu was the best.
Oh yeah.
No, that's the best.
But, look.
I think Killarney Vale was robbed, just quietly. I'm going to say that out loud and completely biased, but I think Killarney Vale was robbed.
Why?
Oh, mate, the size of our team and what we've been able to achieve, and with the experience level and lack of experience level and that sort of thing, I think...
it's unfortunate for them. They have a bad manager.
Well, that's what,
I mean, this year is about...
Even with it, hey, add that to the list. They've overcome me, they've overcome you, and they've absolutely brained it, right? So
yeah,
I don't give out participation trophies, but I think we're robbed.
I do, but in saying that though, Cam, some good points, but like you look at the likes of Foster, for example.
I wasn't saying Foster didn't deserve to be in it. I wasn't saying anyone didn't deserve to be in it. I reckon.
I didn't say you did. I didn't say you did, but I'm just saying, you look at the likes of Foster, it's got 3 people in it. But what I can say is a consistent theme across all these finalists. It tends to be the same 5 officers.
Yeah, but we also have to think most improved office is about the one that's done the biggest gap, or the biggest leap.
Yep.
I mean, I'd love to see biggest leap and then even the winner for the year. I mean, this is big stuff.
It's huge. It's huge.
An office of the year. Okay, it's cool, but most improved office, it tells me about your leap. It's huge.
We're doing sales team at the moment, though, aren't we?
Office.
No, we're doing most improved office.
Oh,
Sales team of the year.
we're doing sales team. We skipped over office. I thought
We've done office.
I
That
thought
was the
you
last one. Most improved office was the last one. This one is sales team. Charmhaven, Preston,
It's
Heritage.
6:08. Big man, we need to move on.
yeah,
Okay.
so we're doing sales team. We've already done office. We didn't say anything about it. That's
Leader
what-
of the year. Leader of the year. Darren Butcher, Jason Montez.
Hold on.
Naomi
I just want to say, Cam, sales team takes into account numbers. So it's very, yeah. Sorry?
Yeah, Darren Butcher, Heritage, Jason Montez, Preston's, Naomi Lynch, Heritage, Rod Dillon, Peninsula, and Stephen Thompson, Thompson's.
Do you know the best thing?
Some big leaders there, some great leaders. You learn a lot from all of them. I don't know Naomi, but I've heard a lot about her.
Can I tell you? I know Naomi.
I met Naomi. That was
Did she just not celebrate 50 years in the industry?
Yeah.
50 years, Chris.
In real estate.
In real estate. She was there when I was there.
Hang on,
and
she
I
only
tell you
looks
what,
like she's 40. How can she be celebrating 50 years?
and she works in property management, so something's going on there.
Jeez,
But
good
I'll tell you
genes.
what, that was when I seen her name on that list, I literally had to sit down because I was like, I am so proud of that woman for being there. Again, huge category, huge award, everybody's deserving. But again, what we've already said, somebody from property management, represent property management, that's incredible to make that
And
list.
who's not an owner and one of the
Not an
non-owners,
owner.
right? So
But you know what? We all talk about how amazing Heritage Rentals is. Naomi's been in the industry for 50 years, and I know she has to have been with Darren for 15 or 18, if not 20, something ridiculous like that. What a woman! What a woman! Like, and what was it? There was something that I heard. Anyway, it'll come back to me. Maybe I'll think by the time we go back through the list. But I tell you what an amazing inspiration she is. You know, to make that list with those blokes, I couldn't be more prouder.
Yeah. I mean, I saw a video where that they put together to celebrate her 50th.
Mm.
And, it made me cry.
Yeah.
See people crying on the video, and one of the best was someone who wanted to buy a house, and she didn't do anything until that person was ready to buy a house, and then she sold her house to that person. I mean, how crazy is that?
That's what I was talking about. That's what I couldn't remember. So
A servant leadership that comes close to that. You know,
amazing.
just an amazing addition for this year, I think. And again, we didn't. The award is not the owner of the year; it's a leader of the year. And I think that when someone behaves the way she behaves, it's just top-notch leadership.
You could have been forgiven in previous years for thinking it was owner of the year, right? Because
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely.
it's been dominated by leaders, and I think it's great. I think it's a great thing for the network. I think it's a great thing for the world in general that we start to empower people and remind them that they are. Everyone's a leader. Everyone's a leader.
Everybody has the possibility to be
We
a
say
leader.
we preach that stuff all year, right? We're like, you got to
Yeah.
lead yourself, and you're a leader, and you're a leader, and then at the end of the year, generally speaking, it's always an owner that's there. And
Yeah.
Brilliant. So,
This year's nominations, I mean, it's opened up a lot of different things. Not only the leaders, aren't the owners. We've got a lot more property management in there. It's a much better mix of nominees, finalists in there. I think it's fantastic. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Wiseberry Ambassador, big award. Our good mate Cameron, he's there. Carry on, Darren Butcher.
Is
Heritage.
yeah.
Rod
Can't ruin this for me too.
Stephen Thompson and Troy Howe.
Mm.
No, he's going to be. Say it.
Can't ruin it for me, mate. Can't.
No, but definitely. I told Vernick there has to be a glitch in our computer system. No, well done, Kev. Well done.
Yeah. Big field. It's amazing. What an award, though. Shit. You know, who's carrying the flag? All of them, huh?
TL hasn't a nice word to say.
He does. But whatever. Yeah. I'm not even going to say it, but we'll go through that next.
Hey, okay, all right. And now listen, I look at those names and I go, oh wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's all I say. When I say an ambassador, for me, it's oh wow. There's nothing else that you can say.
Mm. It's like that's who we're taking a war field. That's our that's it. That's like going to play for Australia field.
You know, there's two awards that I think for me for the awards night, they're the biggest awards, Bobby Joe and Ambassador. For me,
Yeah,
two of the biggest awards of the night.
yeah,
So amazing. There's the ones that we don't nominate on, George Butcher Award. I think it's a pretty big award as well. Are you doing the most improved person this year, Thomas? Because it's not been, no? So, okay, that's been removed. All right, cool.
The
Office
biggest
of the Year.
Otherwise, we would have put Cameron. He's got 3 from number 6 going up to number 5. I mean,
Office of the Year. Office of the Year. Wiseberry Charmhaven, Heritage, Peninsula, Port Macquarie again. That would make it number 16. And Preston's.
wow.
yeah, big stuff. Big stuff.
Yeah, that one rattled me a little bit. It was, yeah, not that I don't think our team's deserving, but you see that and you sort of you look back even 5 years ago and you think, man, 5 years ago you were contemplating whether you just keep going, you know what I mean? Just for whatever reason. And then to oh God, I want that for my team so bad. But just to be on that list is such that they're still on a high. They're still on a high just to be on that list.
Thomas isn't allowed to announce the winner this year because he'll get the name wrong like Chris just did with everyone else who was nominated.
Yeah, because I did the work and screenshotted everyone's details and you sat there and just drank, right?
I can't make a mistake on Office of the Year. Carry-on's not on. Barara's not on.
Barrera was robbed. In fairness, Barrera was robbed.
There's no way you can make a mistake.
So Lou, just if you do win, just make your acceptance speech shorter than that.
Don't even.
How long have we allowed? She's nominated in 86 awards. If we're going to get a speech through every time, we're going to be there for 4 days.
Enjoy.
How long have you booked out the function centre for?
Well, that's okay, mate. Lou's award starts at 2 in the afternoon.
I think we give, speaking of yin and yang, I think you give Steve the mic for everything you win, Lou, because it'll be 3 words. And
all right, let's go. Let's go through the.
All right. So, do you want to go top to bottom again? All right. Winner of Office of the Year. Quick.
Wait, you're gonna have to tell us the bloody things.
Charmhaven, Heritage, Peninsula, Port, Preston's.
Heritage.
Port.
I'm going to go Heritage. They're just a team that's very hard to beat. Lou, give us your unbiased opinion.
Port Macquarie.
All right. Next one. Ambassador, Cameron Wilson, Darren Butcher, Rod Dillon, Stephen Thompson, Troy Howe. I'm going to say my mate, Cam.
Butch.
Rod.
Cool. Do we not ask you, Thomas? We just you got to remain silent?
Because I already know the winners.
Yeah, right. Fair enough. Winner of the Year.
No, I will not lie. I mean,
Darren Butcher, Jason Montez, Naomi Lynch, Rod Dillon, Stephen Thompson. Naomi.
Naomi.
It's your turn, Cam.
Yeah, I had a different pick, but hearing you speak, probably Naomi too now.
All right. Sales team, Charmhaven, Preston's, Heritage, Peninsula, Port. Heritage.
Delaney.
Maybe Peninsula.
Most improved office, Foster, Five Dock, Killarney Vale, Picton, Port. I'll pick Port.
Go Cam.
Barrera.
You're stupid.
No, you got to pick one on the list.
yeah, Chris, you almost did that, man. You almost did that.
Hey,
Almost.
Thomas has said it 8 times in his head already, I can see, but it doesn't come. What was the list again?
Foster, Five Dock, Killarney Vale, Picton, Port.
Five Dock's done some bloody good things this year, haven't they? $5.
Foster.
Oh, Foster. There you go. Property management team: Enmore, Heritage, Port, Preston's, Thompson's.
Heritage.
Heritage.
Preston's.
Preston's. Very good.
Close second, very close second for me.
Salesperson of the year: Anthony McVicker, Cameron Wilson, Kimberly Burke, Kurt Bradbury, Megan Down.
Stick.
Yeah. If I was basing it purely on dollars, I'd say Anthony, but if it was everything else, I'd say Megan.
I'm on the same side as Lou on that, actually. Anthony, if it's just based on figures, depends how far in front. If it's on the whole package, Megan. All right.
What have I ever done to you?
What?
Sorry.
What have I ever done to you?
You forgot Cam was on there.
No, I didn't. I knew he was on there.
My
No, 100%
God.
he was on there. I've heard how he speaks to people. Oh. Right. So most improved leader:
Must work. I'm top 5.
Wilson, Montez, Fleming, Martinezzi, or Wallace. I'm going Shea.
Can you go that list again? 'Cause you
Actually,
don't-
Shea or Lou. Actually, it's going to be a bitch fight for this one, I reckon. But
Can you do
yeah.
first names? Like,
Yeah.
All right, Cameron Wilson,
I'm shocked Chris is voting
Daniel
for all the women.
Montez.
I'm shocked Chris is
Louise.
voting for women.
Have you met Louise, Lou? Richard Martinezzi and Shea Wallace. I actually think it's going to be tight between you and Shea.
if I lost to Shay, I'd be happy.
Most improved, so biggest gap jump, Martinezzi. I think
Too, man.
Blue's been good for a long time. I think Shay's been good for a long time. I piss excellence. So
You on that list, Cam?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you made your pick? Has everyone made their pick?
Yeah, I'm going to tie it between Cam and Shay.
Very good. Bobby Joe Spirit Award: Crystal Wilson, Robert Hilly, Shea Wallace, Stephen Thompson, Tammy Jacket. Yeah, this is a toss-up for me between Crystal and Robert. I think Robert's going to take it on the night.
Yeah. I think I'm with you on that one.
Robert,
Okay, that's done. Marketing excellence: Dural, Wiseberry Dural, 5 Dock Heritage, Peninsula Port. I'm going to go Dural.
I do like the Wiseberry bug.
That was me, baby. That was me.
Heritage have a team of 86,000. Port,
I have to give it to my Port team.
I'm shocked.
Sales manager is Daniel Montez, Kurt, Louise, Matthew Hutchinson, and Michael Montez. I'm going to go Matty on that. I think
Matty.
the guy deserves it. I think it's his time. I think he's worked out a site for
Won
it.
it last year.
Did he really? I wasn't there, remember? Anyway,
That's his time.
Maddie or maybe Daniel even.
Matty. Who's
What?
Matty?
Matty Hutchins.
Oh, Matty. Right. I thought you were saying Maddie. Right, okay.
Michael Montez.
Michael Montez. Right. Okay, cool. Diane, property manager of the year: Diane Flynn, Sheree Burns, Yvette, Magdalene, Joanne Zerbris, and Tammy Jacket.
Joe.
What are you picking?
Joe. I said. Joe and Skibaris.
Joanne.
Oh, Joe. All right. Okay. Sheree. Next one, rookie of the year: Sibel Coddington, Ramissa, Franco Spitaleri, Georgia Packy, or Kai Stacey. Rookie, I'm going Sibel.
Kai.
Bell or Franco?
Receptionist of the year: Catherine Skelton, Katie Pittard, Kiara Kelly, Michelle Halmarick, and Celine. I'm not going to say her last name. From Preston's.
Catherine.
I need that list again.
Catherine Skelton, Katie Pittard, Kiara Kelly. So Killarney Vale, Catherine Skelton's from Killarney, Katie Pittard's Heritage, Kiara is Peninsula, Michelle is Enmore, and Celine is Preston's.
Probably Peninsula.
Okay, so Kiara. All right. Property Management Officer, Emma Kennedy, Marianne Sakeg, Paige Andrews, Rachel Pace, and Renee Brooks.
Rachel.
Renee.
Property Office Member of the Year, Antoinetta Patain, Prestons, Cass Sebastian, Campbelltown, Catherine Dixon, Port, Crystal Wilson.
Dixon.
Christine,
Dickinson,
don't
isn't
laugh, man. Shush. Christine Dixon, Port. Shush. Crystal Wilson at Carry-On, obviously we know where, and Michelle Lewin, Peninsula.
Oh. Christine or Crystal?
I'm going to go Crystal.
But I love them all.
Dog.
Crystal, and I wish people would believe me. It's not because she's my wife, but they won't. So
That's fair enough, man. That's fair enough. Assistant Agent of the Year, Cameron Wilson, Thomas Lee Hoang, Aaron Prasad, Ethan Gray, Hamish Singh, Kane Howe, Maddie Spinach. Kane.
I refuse to say because it's going to cause me too many problems later. Kane.
You being honest? You being honest, Cam?
100% honest. I don't give participation awards, mate. I know it won't look like it, but I don't. I've already not picked some people that I could have. But
Kane or Maddie?
What about yours?
Okay.
Huh?
That was it. That's it.
Gonna be a big night. I always dread the night because I think it goes by too fast.
Mm-hmm.
It does not give those winners the attention that they've paid with their sweat for a year.
Mm.
And the pain that I get is that the other 4 are as good.
Mm.
I know that 4 in each category will feel a bit of sadness in them, you know. And I hope that they really get it. It's not about being sad. To be on a list of finalists, you're good.
Yeah.
I think that's where you just have to stop there. You're good.
Mm.
If a horse beats you just by a nose, that doesn't mean that you're doing a crazy job.
That's the thing with it, isn't it? Every category is like the Melbourne Cup. Anyone could win it. Anyone could win it on that day. Because they're all deserving, really. They're all deserving at the end of the day. But yeah, as you said, Thomas, it goes by too quick. But yeah, what an inspiration, everybody on those lists. What an achievement.
Well, thank you so much, team, for this last one of the year.
Yes.
We have a new format for next year. And next week, we will have a winner for sure. And I just want to thank all of you for what you've done over the last few years. But Louise, your growth this year has been an amazing thing. We see it even in the way that you say things now on the podcast. I go, wow, look at where you came from and how you've overtaken both Cam and Chris. I'm so proud to do it. But anyway, get out of here because in 3 minutes, I'm about to start the NG podcast. Talk to you soon. Thank you very much. And
see you next week.
You and Louise and you, Cam. And good luck for being a finalist next year, Chris.
See you guys later.
See you guys.
Bye. See you next